Hello world, hi everyone. So today we have some sunshine. It's about 10 degrees and nice and warm in here. I've just been talking to a group of people who were all crowded around the car after trying to get a stone out of my tyre, and they loved it. They thought it was the funniest thing they've ever seen. And that's one thing I really love about having a little Ami, is that everybody wants to talk about it. And when the sun's out like today, it's a totally different proposition. You know, it's completely different. You don't have to worry about it steaming up. You don't have to worry about, all those things associated with the rain. You can just drive around and enjoy it. So, for example, today I'm driving. I think I'm shouting, I'm sorry. It's just really echoey in here. I'm driving now to the shops in town just to get a few things. And I didn't really want to have to drive my car today and start the engine and, So I thought I'll just take the Ami. So I could just cruise along the seafront, and it's perfect. It's a really perfect way to get around. But it's a really lovely day here as well today. The sun's come out, albeit briefly. So you go, and it's just so much fun. You can really chuck it around corners and just have great fun here. Going for an overtake. Oh, with a cyclist. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I'm on VMAX. It's quite funny because you sort of put your foot down and all of a sudden you're at VMAX. Like within literally seconds you're there. But yeah, it's great fun. I think hopefully, this one will be either exchanged or something will happen. Because obviously having a wet floor is not very nice. The floor is still wet actually, but I know that in the summer this won't be an issue, but I don't really want one that leaks. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But yeah, it's been really good fun, and somebody was asking me this morning about, the finance and how much it will cost and everything. And to be honest with you, they are relatively affordable. They are. I pay about £70 a month. I decided to do this one on a finance thing where I just pay a balloon payment at the end, rather than just pay it in one go. Although it's an extra £1,000 over a couple of years, it's probably not the wisest move. But it was really just to keep a bit of money in the bank, and at the end of it, of course, I can always sell it on or get another one. Because I do think that the Ami will probably stay as it is. I don't think there'll be too many massive improvements on it. They may tweak it a little bit, but I can't imagine there being a Mark II version or anything. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, today's great. You can just cruise around and just enjoy the weather, and I think in the summertime it'll be awesome with the windows open. I think it'd be quite cool to take the doors off and have like little bars along the side just to get some air through. That'd be quite fun. Right round about. I'm sliding off the seat. Oh yeah, look at that. That was great. My phone even moved. Look at that. So it does actually really go around corners very well. I know Fifth Gear, they tested one of these. 3 of them tested it, and they managed to tip it over. Well, almost tip it over. Because they clipped an apex curve and it sort of tipped over a bit. But I'm going to be honest with you, for the speed that you're doing, you can drive this thing flat out everywhere. It really doesn't matter. The cycle's in the middle of the road here. It really doesn't matter where you drive it. You can just, did you hear that stone there flicking up there? You can drive it flat out everywhere. It's just really, really good fun. The ride's quite hard. It's got a very, very hard setup. Because of the height and the short wheelbase, it's a recipe for falling over. So they've made it really, really well sprung. It's a bit like, in fact, my Abarth 595 Competizione that I just sold a couple of years ago. It was painfully hard because it was a really tall car and they have to make it so stiff to combat the body roll. But in this, they've done a good job. They've really spent time getting the driving characteristics just spot on with this little Ami. We know they've cut corners on the build quality. They've definitely cut corners in some elements and some aspects of the design. But they've made up for that with the driving experience. It really drives very, very well. It's a bit noisy. It's a bit unsophisticated. But really, it's essentially a golf buggy with a plastic body. And many people have pointed that out. And you do have to have different expectations. I think for me, the whole start of my problems began with a poor service, and then it kind of, got worse as I developed some issues, But the local dealer's been really good, and hopefully it'll be resolved. So, for anybody that wants to get one, think about all of those aspects. But certainly, if you're going to be living in a warmer climate, with moderate temperatures. The Ami is a no-brainer in my opinion. Sorry, I really am shouting. That's how noisy it is in here when you're driving. I can now whisper, and then I go faster, it gets noisier. But you really can enjoy this thing in nice weather, and I think if you've got nice weather, it is a no-brainer. You can just jump in it and go. You don't have to start your engine, you don't have to waste fuel. You can just jump in this thing and go. And to be honest, in most city environments, this thing doesn't really keep anybody back. Like now I'm driving along Worthing Seafront, it's 30 miles per hour. You will get Range Rovers and big vehicles up your backside. That's just the way it is. You just have to drive along and not worry about it. There's no rear view mirror, and I think it's probably for that reason. Because I think if you spend your time looking in the rear view mirror, you'd be quite stressed out. So don't just drive, just ignore what's behind you, just drive and just be careful. The brakes are pretty good, there's no ABS, so they are quite easy to lock up. When the battery's warm, I'm going to have to start whispering again because I'm slowing down. Maybe I just shout, maybe I should get my hearing tested. But the brake regeneration is strong enough to bring you down pretty quickly. You have to sort of tap the brakes towards the end, but it does a really good job of slowing you down. You just have to be careful when it's fully charged up in the morning, and I'll tell you why. I saw a video of this guy, and he managed to do like 60 miles per hour, 70 miles per hour, and I'm like, how is that possible? How can he do that? And they'd loaded weight in it, bottles of water, they made it really heavy. And the reason being, when the battery's full, there's no brake regeneration. It shuts off because the battery's already at full capacity. So it essentially will freewheel above and beyond its limited speed, which is electronic. So in the morning, you have to be so careful. I remember a couple of weeks ago, I was going flat out and went on a little bit of an incline, and I managed to do about 40 miles per hour. It was a little bit hairy because I sort of then got to know their bend pretty quickly, so you just have to be quite mindful of that. Most of the time you'll only manage 28, 29 if you get on the slight hill, and then it cuts off, constantly will cut off. Even now when I've got my foot on the pedal, you'll hear it sort of jerking a little bit as it tries to come on and off the limiter. And as a fine chap said on YouTube, if you just simply, I'm going the wrong way, look, if you just simply come off the gas a little tiny bit less, just like a little tiny bit, it will stop doing that, so the jerkiness goes. And it's relatively smooth. You can sort of see now by all the shaking that it's quite firm. Ugh. I can't imagine driving these things on cobble streets. I saw a few of these in Milan a couple of months ago, and there was so many of them in Milan, and there was like lots of cobble streets around the Brera district, and it would be pretty bumpy, I've got to say. On the cobbles it'd be pretty, here we go, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, B-Max. That's pretty nippy. But yeah, I can't imagine driving this thing over cobbles. It'd be pretty uncomfortable. My butt's getting used to it now, but at the beginning, oh man, my ass got so sore. After 20 minutes, I could barely get out. Maybe that's my old age. But when the sun's out though, it's a really good little thing. I think it redeems itself when the weather's nice. You can sort of see the sky there, and it's really lovely. It's just really nice to cruise along. So there we go. If you've got any more questions or anything you want to know, please let me know. Catch you later. Bye.